Hello listeners and welcome to another edition of Fitness Friday. Today we have a special guest joining us, Andrew Sykes, General Manager of the Amherstburg Admirals Junior C Hockey Club. The Admirals recently wrapped up their 2024-25 season and we're looking back on the team's journey. Andrew brings a wealth of experience and we're eager to hear his thoughts on the season. Welcome Andrew and thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so how would you summarise the Admirals' 24-25 season and what were the biggest highlights and challenges?
We actually, it was an amazing season for our team and really for our organization. You know, and every time you're going into a year, you set goals for your team and what you want to accomplish, and we absolutely accomplished everything for the most part that we set out to do. Obviously, only one team is left standing at the end, so you want to accomplish the goals that you set out at the start of the year. And some of those for us were, we took big steps for our organization that'll put us in a great position for the years ahead. We won a playoff series for the first time in 6 years. That was probably our biggest accomplishment of the year was getting through a tough round of playoffs. We were able to beat the Wheatley Sharks in 7 games and advance to the division semifinals where we lost. Not a bad team, the 4-time defending league champions and the defending All-Ontario champions, Lakeshore Canadians. So it definitely, not a bad team to lose to at all. And, we fell short against them, but we were able to get to the semifinals, which was big for our team.
Mid-season, Jack Gervais became the new head coach. How did this transition impact the performance of the team?
Yeah, it was huge. Probably one of the biggest things that happened this year. We were hovering around the 500 mark at the time and felt that we needed to make a move, and we did. And once Zach Gervais, the new head coach, and his 2 new assistants, AJ Reen and Justin Toth, came in, they were really big for the players. They brought a great morale to the dressing room. The players loved playing for them, and they worked real hard for them. And it resulted in the coaching staff winning the coaching staff of the year. For our Stobbs division, which was, I believe, the first time that the Admirals have won that award. So that was a great accomplishment for our coaches and kind of a reflection of the efforts of everybody in the organization.
And the Admirals signed some young talent this season. How do these players adjust and develop?
That's the name of the game. Every year is an adjustment and development season for the players, and we had a lot of young players. So it takes some time for them to find their feet at this level. You're playing against guys that have a lot of experience playing junior hockey. Some of them are 3, 4, 5 years older, and so you, as a young player, a rookie, you might come in thinking that I know I'm a pretty good player and this is going to be easy, but they kind of learn quickly that it's pretty tough and it's junior hockey for a reason, and it takes some time to learn your opponents, learn the speed of the game, and all that. But we had a real good crop of rookies who really did very well and helped our team this year and will help us in the future.
And community involvement is pretty key for the Admirals. What events did the team participate in? Yeah,
it's always a big part of the season. I think our first, we had a golf tournament. We held that at Coachwood Golf and Country Club on Howard there. And so that was probably our first time we were together as a team. That was a big fundraiser for our team. And then from there, we do community events. We were at the Canada Day celebration in Amherstburg down at the river. We had days where we skated for a couple hours with some of the Amherstburg travel teams, 9, 10 years old, they're our big fans. So it's always important for us to give back to them. So we do that. We went to No Frills, the grocery store, and bagged groceries for a day. And we were in the Santa Claus parade, which was a big, fun one for us. So.
Yeah. Now the season's over, what comes next? What are your main goals for the off-season?
So actually we start pretty quickly looking towards next season. We start April 22nd and 23rd. We have our spring camp, which is a spring prospects camp, call it, where we invite a bunch of the prospective players out. And that's kind of our first look at some of the guys that we may add to the team next year. A lot of the guys from that camp will get invited back to our main training camp, which is usually in late August, which is when you start rolling and try to get your team together. So that'll be that. And then just throughout the summer and throughout the off season, you're recruiting and trying to see what's out there and trying to see who has interest from some of the younger guys, and also different rumors around the league in terms of player movement around our league and Junior B. There's guys dropping down that you try to get. So yeah, a lot of moving parts in the off season, and really how you end up building your team for the next season.
So I wanted to ask you something, Andrew. What is it about these Flip the Script T-shirts that I saw?
Yeah, so we had our slogan this year was Flip the Script. So we had that on the players' warm-up shirts. And what this meant was one of our big goals going into the season was that we wanted to flip the script on kind of the landscape, the local landscape, which is always Essex and Lakeshore are the two powerhouse teams. Mm-hmm. They're two organizations that are two of the best in Ontario year after year. Like I said, Lakeshore won All-Ontario Championship last year, and I know they won a couple of years before. And Essex is always right there with them. So we kind of wanted to take, it's not going to happen overnight, but take baby steps to kind of get in there with them and start competing with them more. And then instead of the prospective players thinking that, okay, well, I'm either going to Lakeshore or Essex first, we want to change that where, okay, now we're starting to think, hey, maybe I'll go to play in Amherstburg. They've had some success and it's a good place to play and a good culture and all those things. So we felt we achieved that this year with our success. We had a great group of players. The word gets out from them. They talk about, I really enjoyed my time in Amherstburg and we had a great season. So that's a positive thing that gets out into the community. And a couple of things that we felt we needed to do in order to take those steps to flipping the script was we felt we had to beat Essex and Lakeshore at least once in the regular season, which we were able to do this year. I know that doesn't seem like a huge thing just to beat a team once, but those teams only lose 3-4 times a year. And so we were the only team in our division that beat Lakeshore and Essex in the regular season. So that's a big accomplishment for us, and it's something that it gets noticed from across the Windsor-Essex hockey landscape.
Yeah, what a great idea. And I'm glad it was working out.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Andrew, for sharing your insights and your experiences. We look forward to witnessing the Admirals' continued growth and success for the seasons to come.
Yeah, thanks a lot for having me, Terence.
It's been great chatting. You're listening to CKBG, and I've been talking to Andrew Sykes, General Manager of the Amherstburg Admirals. Stay tuned for more community stories here each week on Fitness Friday.